Spike, your first crack at fall camp, man. I mean, obviously you were here for the spring and early on portion, but this is your first time getting to focus going into a season. What has it been like so far?
Oh, it's been great. Of course, me and Jalen Grant, we sit next to each other in the meeting room. So I'm taking everything that I can from him to really help my game. You know, you have a 6-year guy, he's been through it all. So I take everything, little bit of thing, and we're watching film. I ask him, like, JG, what do you think about this? Why'd you call this? Why'd you call that? How can I make this, what I did, better? And, you know, he's been great through the process. It's really nice to have a guy who I'm not only sitting next to with, competing with, just being able to teach me the ways.
How can you tell that the nose tackles like Brandon Cleveland and the others are making you better?
Shoot, practice. You know, going against them, you know, the different techniques and stunts and that nature, it's really making you having to think. So I'm really having to get the bigger picture of what I'm looking at. Brandon Cleveland and JoJo are two really strong guys, so it's how can I generate enough force to start getting movement so we can move the first level to the second level.
You profile as a true center, but watched Ja'Karius Pete kind of throw you in at the guard position yesterday. You know, first of all, what has it been like to work with somebody like that does have so much experience? And then second of all, you know, playing the guard position, is that something that you feel like you could profile at as well at the next level?
Oh, it feels great playing next to Pete. You know, Pete's played a lot of ball here. He's a guy who I want to be like, play a good amount of years here. Then, you know, Pete's going to go off to the NFL next year. Just learning from him, getting reps at guard next to him, and seeing what he thinks. So that also helps me with center because it's like, okay, I'm playing guard. I'm listening to what he's telling the guard, and then I translate that back to center. And then I think in the future, I mean, I want to be versatile. I want to be able to play all three. Coach Green likes to mess with me and say I'm too short to play any tackle if there was a pinch. So I'm like, maybe it's just interior three. But I think it's good, yeah. But being able to show my versatility, of course, at the college level was big. And so if it translates to the NFL, center guard.
I see your dad was a big man himself. Did he ever give you the option of playing other positions, or did he always know that you're going to be an offensive lineman?
My little brother, right now, he just got back from Houston. He does track. He was at the Junior Olympics. Able to play whatever position he wants: running back, safety, linebacker, D-line, everything. I can't. When my dad, because my dad, he got drafted to the Browns. A few months later, he knew he was having me. Probably as soon as he knew he was having me, offensive line. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. High school, my senior year, I got to play a little bit of defense besides that. And then with my mom being a little bit shorter, he didn't know how tall I was going to be. So he's like center. So I played center most of my life, and so it just helped him to translate to college easy.
How old were you when you made your first snap? How far back does this go?
Maybe 3 or 4, because I got pictures of me not even a foot and a half off the ground with my dad's helmet and his gloves and cleats on. So it's been bestowed through me my whole life.
There've been a lot of offensive linemen from NC State. You go to the NFL. You know, 2 centers are on rosters right now. Does that inspire you? Does it? You know, is there pressure? A little bit of both.
I just think of it as a blessing to come through a center factory. You know, Coach Doran, he's been here for a long time, and one great thing that he does is develop offensive linemen, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I came here. You know, I still talk to Zeke sometimes, get some knowledge from him. You know, Garrett Bradbury on Remington, I want to win in Remington, so I kind of looked at those things when making my decision, like who develops my possession best. Coach Tujay has coached a guy who then went on to win in Remington. You know, just finding what was the best factor for me to be the best player.
You were a player host for many recruits. What was that like for you?
Oh, it was amazing. You know, I just got here in January, and then they were like, we want you hosting guys, because I guess my charisma or something, I don't know, maybe I'm a funny guy. But just doing my best ability to, you know, carry out the future that I have for NC State. That's to win the ACC championship and then go on to win the national championship. And to do that, you got to get guys who you feel can play next to me. I need some guards and tackles. So that's why they were like, Spike, you want to host somebody? Yeah, I'll host somebody. Some weekends I was hosting 2 linemen, and I did it almost every weekend, and I was fine with that because I want to see NC State take it to another level.
What makes a good recruiter?
I think you just answered my question, but you know, saw you. We got shoot practice yesterday. We saw you talking. Is that just you, or is that the fact that centers need to do that? And I think
it's a mix. You know, Coach Tujay and them from coming into high school. You know, the biggest thing is like you're not in high school anymore. Like I'm having to lead grown men. Like some of these guys were playing college football when I was in middle school. So you know, I have to really man up, as you can say, and could demand to these guys that we have a job to do to protect C.J. Bailey, and day in and day out, we have to do whatever we can to do that. And so that means I got to talk more. I got to talk more.
What does it say about this program that you're such a young guy, but they're trusting you with that responsibility to get reps against the older guys, to cross train at guard, to host recruits? What does that say about how much confidence this program has in you and your ability?
It means a lot. I think it goes both ways. You know, I'm not a guy who I see problems or I see a cloudy future. Oh, I'm going to hit the portal. I have no plans to do that. Like, I want to play 3 to 4 years here, then go on to the National Football League. I have a vision here, and Raleigh, North Carolina is where I'd like to stay here and raise my family. You know, Coach Tujay and them through my recruiting process, whenever things like, Coach, man, you're not that big. I never let that. Coach Tujay, from the day they offered me, August of 2023, they were on me every single day. And they made it apparent to me that we have a plan in the future for you. They didn't recruit no other center. They said, we want Spike. And so I took that apparent to me. If I'm going to come here, I want to do everything in my power to make this the best place it can be.